Okay, folks, good morning. For those that are in morning or still waking up in KubeCon, good afternoon, and good evening, or whatever time zone you are. This is SIG-Network Ingress NGINX project meeting. Today is October 12, 2021. This is a Kubernetes community meeting. So we kindly ask you to comply with the code of conduct, which is basically be excellent with each other. My name is Ricardo. I'm going to be your host today. If you want to see some violation, just report that violation to me or to any of the SIG chairs or to the code of conduct committee of Kubernetes community. And let's get started. So I'm gonna watch James' screen because he's sharing, so it's better. Okay, so first of all, do we have any new member that wants to present yourself? Please step forward, say who you are. Feel free to say why you have reached us here.
Yeah, so I can do that.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Ivan, or Ivan, however you want to pronounce it. I work for a big enterprise, and dealing with NGINX Ingress is one of the daily tasks. Luckily, so far it was performing very well. So I also follow the Slack channel for a bit, and I'm interested in contributing potentially as much as remaining energy allows me after the day of work. So yeah, okay. That's it in short terms.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I can go. So my name is Aditya. I actually started 2 weeks ago when this meeting was cancelled, but I at least got in touch with Long. I've contributed a little bit over the last 2 weeks, and I'm sticking around.
Oh, welcome. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Urmat. I've been hanging out in Kubernetes Slack for some time now, and I thought I'd come and see what's happening here, basically.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm Pranshu, and I've been here for the last 2 weeks. I haven't contributed. I'm still in the learning phase, and I want to get started with contributing. So that's why I want to join this SIG.
Amazing. Cool. Welcome you all, and I hope we can also help you all wanting to start contributing to make your first contribution, and maybe keep doing that with us as well. Anyone else, or should we move forward to the topics? Take one, take twice, and let's go. Okay, so next, someone, James? No. Okay. Next item in the agenda is issue triage. Actually, we have Noah told me that he wasn't going to be able to attend today, but he left some issues and some pull requests that we need to review. So if you can click on them, James, otherwise I can go through, I can share my screen here. Yay. Add flag to set custom buckets for Prometheus histogram. This one is a bit old, right? Yeah, May 27. Anyone that is aware of Prometheus and want to take a look into that and maybe some first review? What does this mean for us, if this is going to break?
I don't know if we've got anyone familiar with the Prometheus setup. Do we have anyone, Ricardo?
We do use Prometheus in production quite heavily, but I'm not. I haven't checked this PR before, so I don't know the context.
Yeah, so I guess the context that they want is actually to, instead of having a a Prometheus histogram bucket, a hard-coded Prometheus histogram bucket, allowing the user to customize that histogram. Like instead of having like 0.05, 0.1, etc., they want to have these buckets customizable via flags.
I haven't reviewed this, but the concept is good. My company would use it, I bet.
Well, the
Okay.
tests
Yeah.
have the tests have passed too, so there's that as well.
I would
It
be
looks like
surprised if a test even covered this.
yeah, Tokus has been looking into it, so we could follow up with him. Looks like he was reviewing it.
So Tom, do you want to assign yourself into this one and take a look?
Sure, I can start looking at it right now. What's the number?
Okay.
7171. That's easy to remember.
717. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Ivan, if you wanna take a look as well, like if you, as you say that you are like you use Prometheus, and if you're just curious and wanna take a look, feel free to reach. That's not like, so Tom is gonna make the review, but feel free to join that. Okay, don't feel.
Yeah.
Do we-
Okay, thanks.
Do we have any more or any other flags that use lists like this? I'm curious if the syntax is of the flag is like consistent with.
I can't remember of those right now, but I can't even remember my birthday. So I would have to take a look into the code and see if we have.
I'll review it thoroughly.
Okay. Sounds good. Next one. Code cleanup question. Let's see. What was the intro? I was wondering if NGINX.
Oh, this is
each one of them. Assign that one to me. I can take a look, but Alex is also looking into that. I'm not sure about that because one thing is calling with the on update, right? So when you have when you need to update the NGINX configuration. The other one is when you are doing the validation webhook and you wanna see if that thing is gonna change. So I agree that maybe this is like we have two boundaries there, two safeguards. But one can run in NGINX without the validation webhook server. So we still have to test before just applying and breaking everything, right? Any thoughts on that? Okay, so I will take a look into that one. Next one. Maybe higher priority than backlog. Let's see.
Scroll down.
Yeah. So I've seen this problem as well. When I was trying to debug that core dump stuff, when you put a lot of load, you put a lot of ingress objects, you have a race condition happening, right? So you have a lot of how can I say, process running parallel, and all of them, they try to replace the template of NGINX, and sometimes it breaks. So you have this happening a lot of times. And that's not only with the validation webhook, but that's a race condition thing that happens. I was thinking actually into how to solve that, if maybe adding a mutex or something like that, but I am a bit afraid of adding a mutex. We are just starting to enqueue a lot of stuff, right? And another thing that could be a solution for this would be that idea that someone gave about splitting the configuration files maybe per front end or per the host. So at least you may have like, if you have a lot of ingress with a lot of different vhosts, you at least would end with different files, and a chance of getting some race condition would be lower. But I remember that Jintao said that maybe splitting the files wouldn't be a good approach.
Yeah, I think we had that conversation too, and I don't remember if it was Brian or someone else from NGINX was saying that that's probably not a great idea either.
Yeah. Anyway,
But
this is. Go ahead, James.
I was just gonna say I mean, we can adjust the priority to it. We can increase it and then just be one of the next things we look at for.
Yeah.
So it looks
Yeah, I
like
agree.
like they said, it still exists. Yeah. What's the higher one? I can never remember.
Priority. You have the critical urgent, and you have the important soon.
We want to track that on one of the milestones. Do you want to tag that, Ricardo?
I will. Let me add to the version 1.1.
6245. And while you're doing that,
Quick
I'm just gonna
question.
go ahead.
Yeah, do you have some context on why the splitting of the files was bad, or does the main config that includes all of them still become the bottleneck, which is probably why the splitting is not the right solution for that issue?
You mean what other problems we've got, or like specifically this one?
You said that the splitting of the files was discussed and someone said it was not the right approach. I'm trying to see if there was more reasoning behind why it isn't.
I remember that someone. Yeah, I remember that someone told that wasn't like a good idea, maybe, or I can't remember if it wasn't like a good idea, or if this was something that that wouldn't solve like memory usage or something like that. Jintao told about that. So maybe we should bring that discussion again in Slack, and discuss, at least like, if not for like performance, at least for organization, if this makes sense or not. Right?
Yeah, I can say that at least in my job where we use NGINX with say maybe 40,000-50,000 vhosts, we do have them as separate files and we haven't clearly seen any issues. So that like technically doesn't seem to be the issue, but maybe something about how Ingress NGINX is set up makes it different.
Yeah, using includes is a common pattern, but usually it focuses on the problem of trying to manage the configuration in a scalable way, right? So you have an upstream include, you've got a server block include, you've got a location include, you've got a general include. That's a normal pattern for NGINX. I don't know that from just listening here that that's the root of the issue here. So
yeah, actually we don't use the include here. We have like a whole file with like 40,000 lines of configuration. So my questioning was if maybe splitting, using the include on the main one and splitting, for example, each virtual host into a file would at least help us later solving some race condition, like putting some lock into that specific file and don't allowing to reload while some of those files were locked.
So
It
would that
could.
be every ingress object would be its own config file and it's just included? So when it's first created, we just do an include, and that way any changes just go to that file? Is that what you're
I
thinking,
would say,
Ricardo?
I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
I mean,
that. I wouldn't
and
say that
NGINX is still going to rectify. NGINX is still going to rectify them all when you try to do the reload. So it's still gonna search the path for the include files. You just have to add an include directive and have everything in individual directives. You just have to be careful in the code that you don't accidentally create conflicts, such as the same host name in two different include files, and the same path underneath, underneath this the repeated host name or something like that. But as long as you sort those things out, it should be fine.
And I think we do that because the final data model of Ingress NGINX is a server with a lot of backends and locations, right? So each vhost gets, in my opinion, each vhost would get its own file. Each URL would get their own file, and from that you are gonna that make some derivation of the backends and etc., and just change that specific file. So if you have someone, for example, some specific ingress that's messing up, like some infinite loop, or someone with some CI/CD broken into a specific ingress object, you need to change just that object instead of keep reloading and rereading the template for all of the NGINX configuration file, right? So I guess that's maybe an approach that we can take for next future release, not for the bug fix release, but we can start thinking about that. And we can I miss, so this is something that I miss actually. We don't have some metrics about how the things they were before we apply some PR, some conformance test, right? So I don't know how we can do that, even if we have a CPU for doing that, but I kind of miss that, tracking.
Don't have any benchmarking.
Yeah, tracking which PR inserted some change into the behavior, not on the canary stuff, but at least on performance stuff. So for example, we've got that core dump stuff. I know that's not related to something, but we could at least say, hey, this was inserted in this PR or not, right? So we can get some metrics, some past metrics from each PR that gets merged. And I kind of miss that. So if someone gets some idea of how we can apply that, even if we do something like daily, instead of for each PR, we run some conformance test, and we know that this day the metrics were this way, and this day the metrics were this way. So maybe it would be helpful to check if we apply a change like this one, if this is going to be a problematic or not by the side of CPU and memory usage, for example.
Yeah, it's definitely something. Probably open up an issue for that front action item.
Cool. And to be honest, I have no idea.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I will just say we are working on some projects internally that are going to be released as open source that might actually be a good solution for this problem. So as that testing tool that we're working on progresses, we'll definitely keep you guys in the loop and let everyone know when it looks like it's going to be publicly available.
Cool. Okay. Amazing. Yeah, one thing that I was discussing with folks was if we should try to replace, for example, OpenResty, some places of some parts of OpenResty to the NJS, right? The JavaScript thing inside. Mm-hmm. And I have no way to test that right now to say if this was something, if we got some difference into that or not. So I was yeah, I can do that, but is this going to make some difference? But yeah, cool. Keep us on the loop. Yeah.
I know we've done some benchmarking internally between NJS and Lua, but not specifically for the Ingress controller use case. But we do have some metrics around that for more generic NGINX.
Keep me on the loop. Just send me. I am really curious about that.
Yeah, let me see what we have and make sure it's publicly available, so I'm not breaking any rules before I share it.
Don't get fired, Dillian.
No, I've been trying for a while, but they haven't done it yet. So
cool.
Thanks on that. All right, I'll open an issue so we can track that. This is the next one. This is a PR, I guess, that needs review. Let me go back to what Noah was saying. Yeah, it needs review.
Yeah. All right. So this one, this one is something that got. I've seen that before. We accepted a PR and then we got to revert that one because of we were breaking something, right? Multiple origins with cores, and this is a new one, I guess. So
I remember us having
Jinta,
that conversation.
yeah, Jinta is already reviewing this one. So how is this going? I don't know if I guess it's late. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was the one who reviewed this last. So this was between Long and myself. I think Jinta's review was quite some time back. I haven't seen anyone else look at it. So
I'm muted. Sorry. So maybe we can put that one in. I don't want to put that one on the release that I want to make today, as we need to fix that OpenSSL bug, and I want to fix the affinity stuff. But maybe we can put this one into version 1.1, and I can put that on the bucket for the feature review.
Okay.
But thank you for reviewing this one, folks. 7.2, and if do you have so Aditya, do you have something that's you are missing on this PR, or do you think that's just fine to merge that one?
so I think I approved it just before his last commit, and maybe that was good from the testing perspective. His last commit seems to have broken it. So I haven't seen that last commit, but as up till that, like the last but one commit, it looked good. It was backwards compatible. It didn't break anything new.
Aditya,
and
Aditya, the guy himself is saying that his tests are not confirming what we were talking about, the danger of multiple origins getting accepted.
It's not conform. It's not working, you mean?
No. The user is actually writing tests, and the last comment from him is still confirming that the tests are not good enough to be sure that it will not accept multiple origins. So Aditya, did you see that comment?
Yeah, so let me explain that more. So today, what happens, I believe, is when the annotation for course does not conform to a particular regex, the code goes to add a star for course, which allows all origins. And this is the way it behaves today. And this PR continues to do that, which I feel is fine from a backwards compatibility perspective. It's more of a policy question if we want to change that behavior now.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take a look into that probably later this week, and I will ping you on Slack, Aditya. Sounds good.
Thank you. So yeah, one idea I had was if the validation webhook does exist, I haven't quite looked at it. We could fail the ingress object at the validation webhook and not have to deal with this problem, for example.
Okay, sounds like an idea. We just need to be sure that everybody understands that validation webhook is not required. So you as a user, you can deploy in Ingress NGINX without the validation webhook, right? So we just need to be careful, like assuming that we are not adding any vulnerability or something like that, saying, hey, this is not going to happen because we have validation webhook, because this may not be true.
Yeah, we don't want to rely on it because the user can disable it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. Next one.
That's all the ones that were on the list. Do we want to talk about some of the reloading issue stuff that you've been working on, Ricardo, or do we want to pull up issue triage?
Yeah, let's do some issue triage. I guess that Noah made all of the issue triage, but we can take a look. So is there something long, Aditya, folks, that you think that we should take care right now, other than the the affinity one that I am still taking a look.
There was that one thing that I had brought up on Slack, which was to do with the SSL redirect.
Which one? Sorry, I.
Sure. So basically, there's an annotation for SSL redirect, which is if someone sends a plain text request, then you have to send a 301 back with HTTPS as the scheme.
I remember that one.
Yes. So that
So
feature in conjunction with some other redirect annotations, which redirect to a different location or different path, they don't seem to work the right way sometimes. So the fix is to add a 301 for the HTTP protocol, no matter, and then kick in those other redirects. So that was what I had brought up on Slack. Maybe this is too superficial right now, but yeah.
You can if you want, you can just paste them on Zoom chat as well, so we can open that.
Sure. Give me one second.
Yeah.
We want to. While he's pulling that one up, do we want to look at needs priority and triage or kind? Which one should we look through first?
I wanna take a look into the kind bugs first.
Okay. $72 bucks. Come on. We got these sorted by new. Want to sort by oldest?
No, please.
Oh, this one's pretty old. Or is that, I'm thinking of another one. Anyways, okay. This is one that I saw.
Yeah, this one I'm working on this one. Long raised this one to me. I will just use my afternoon today to take a look into this one before releasing the new version. I can take a look into this one as well, and if so, it's funny because I have sort of implemented the certificate stuff in Ingress NGINX, the certificate authentication. So if someone want to take a look into that one, feel free to, and I can help you. Otherwise, I can take a look into that certificate key check fails as well.
I was gonna go ahead and sign this one.
Okay.
But
So you were looking at
discuss it, because for everything on the internet, for all searches, he's talking about the order of the certificates, and all examples that are talking about the common order where the diff comes first, intermediate comes second, and root is last. And he's saying he wants the root to be on top because only the root will have the key. So do we even want to discuss it, or do we have to even, or do we have to search for standards there?
Well, I think we can discuss, but as far as I remember, OpenSSL doesn't rely on the order of the certificates.
So that is the contention, right? He's arguing that it does, and it looks in the first certificate for the key. So that is what he's arguing. The whole problem is he's the only one reporting this. If this was a problem, certificates are being used for years now. So why nobody else is reporting this problem is the confusion.
So it looks like we needs a little bit more research. So no one's confirmed this one yet.
Yeah, if we find the authoritative documentation of OpenSSL which says how it looks into the key, whether it looks into the first certificate of a merged combined file or the last one, then I think that is, we can make progress from there. I couldn't find that location or documentation, but if anybody knows that, we should get that.
Okay. Any of our NGINX folks know the answer to that one off the top of their heads?
Or we can ping Dojiang for his SSL friend's comment, a one-liner comment. Hey, is the order important and is there any official documentation on the order?
So this one's still labeled properly, probably still needs triage. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we can leave this one probably.
Yeah. Don't want to say acceptance, not duplicate. Just needs information. Is that fair to say?
Yep, right.
He does have it produced, so it's not reproduced, so somebody does need to. You know what? I need something to do. I haven't looked at one in a while. And it's,
See, the funny
this-
part is he himself is accepting that upstream NGINX has a flag for default certificate, and there the order works. He wants it. He wants this reverse order only in the annotation.
Okay. We can't have Ricardo doing all of the work.
Yeah, and I will be offline this weekend. I forgot about that. So everything that I'm promising I will do this weekend, shift 1 week later. Okay.
Okay. Good to know.
I will be traveling.
I've read through
Okay,
this one.
Which one?
This one, when they're adding external auth, some things they're having issues with. They're getting 500s. The things are getting sent to the wrong place. They at least gave us all the information. AKS. What version are they running? Okay, so relatively new. That's good.
Can I skip any OAuth thing from my life for the next 2 months because I've been just digging into OAuth for downstream stuff? It's
Well,
messy.
I would think that would make you the most appropriate person to look at the
Yeah.
issue then.
Assign that one to me. Assign this one to me. I can take a look. I can, and maybe when I am debugging this one, if someone is interested, we can make some online stuff, like creating decks or key cloak stuff and having some fun with that.
That does sound like fun.
I would like to work with you on this.
Do you want this one, Niha?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so just go ahead and assign to Niha, James. I can sync with her later. Thank you, Niha.
Thank you.
What's your handle?
It's
Is that it? Niha? Was that it?
NEHA. Yeah,
It's the
third.
third.
This one first.
Thanks for taking that. Yeah, and when you guys set something up, I would just like to be a fly on the wall. Documentation interaction between proxy start timeout and backend protocol. So this is where we start having this conversation about older versions and what we've talked about in our blog post, because there are some issues that I know I've been looking at, and once I saw that they hadn't updated or hadn't looked at them, I've been closing issues that have older versions and just putting in the politeness saying, you haven't looked at this, no one's interacted with this issue in a while, you're running older versions, please upgrade, and if you still continue to have issues, let us know. Because we've got to enforce what we say we're going to enforce to be able to do what we've been trying to do. So I just wanted to make sure that reiterate that with everyone. If we're going through issues and we see older versions and things, like people aren't interacting and giving us the information we need to help troubleshoot the issues, we should just close them. So That's interesting that they're running 44, or the client version is 122. Okay. So they're running it on 119. So, okay. This is the part where we, if this is 5 days ago, they're running it on 119, but they're running at 44. So let's see if anyone has asked them to upgrade and try again, but I haven't read through this one yet either.
I don't think that client SKU is even supported, but that's probably unrelated.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I don't think a client server version SKU of 3 versions is supported, but that's probably unrelated to the issue. They need to be using 118, 119, or 120 client to interact with the 119 server.
Gotcha. That's definitely something we can ask them to look at. A lot of Java applications with the annotation AJP. This looks great. But they're having some issues with timeout. Anybody have any thoughts on this one?
I have no hard feelings about that. But so I would maybe, sorry folks, if this is like a documentation issue, as I can understand, this is like not an undesired behavior, but just a documentation issue, right? So
yeah, I actually had to deal with this just a couple days ago. Now that I think about it, someone was asking me how to set the timeouts for gRPC because it's different, or these annotations depend on the backend protocol is the point he's making, and so yes, it could be documented better.
So can't we just say like, hey, PRs welcome for the documentations?
Sure can. Or what's there's a label for that. I think it's called help wanted or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
first
help
issue,
wanted.
help wanted.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Just put some
Yeah,
help
just-
and say, hey, PRs for the documentations are welcome if someone want to take a look into that to make. Actually, any PR is welcome, but just
They just good dash first issue.
good, yeah. And the help is just /help.
Thank you. All right. Next one up. Export
I think we
protocol.
are. Yeah, I was going to say that we've been like doing some issue triage for the.
So we had time.
Yeah. That's like 1:45. So, do we have anything else on the agenda before we just keep doing issue triage that we want to raise? So Aditya bring the issues that he.
Oh, the
told
other
us.
2 issues, yeah.
That's on Slack. That's on Zoom. Sorry, Zoom chat.
Yeah, there is one issue where somebody is complaining about the certificate not getting updated in nginx.conf. I don't know what priority it is, but it's on the same lines as the SSL problems being reported.
But is this confirmed?
I couldn't check. I didn't try to. I still haven't got time to reproduce.
Yeah, just asking. Yeah, but anyway, I would say that at least for me, I have work for the next 1 month to take a look. So if you think that this certificate one is more like have priority, we can just shift the priorities of those one. Otherwise, I would say that we can maybe leave for the offline sync, like for Slack.
So that's the problem. As in, he's saying what he's hinting at is serious. He's saying basically certificates not getting updated, but he's the only one reporting it. There is nobody else reporting the problem on 1.03 or 0.02 or anything. So I don't know what, but was one report on that. So we have to see. I mean, up to you whether we should investigate or wait until we solve the more known priority problems and then look at that.
Yeah, I would try to fix something that's impacting more users right now, and then go back later to this one.
Okay.
If this
then
is if this is something like the affinity one is something that you could confirm, so it's easy to reproduce. We know that's something like generic, right? This SSL one, maybe it's like something really specific that we would need more time. I don't think we need to just get rid of that, but maybe it can wait. Otherwise, more people would be complaining, right?
Okay, so let's focus on issues that more people are reporting.
Yeah,
besides
I was talking with James yesterday about that. That maybe I really want to have some time to stop doing some firefighting, at least for the next month, and think about features for a bit. So I would say that maybe we should just try to not insert any new bug and say, hey, okay, so this we can consider stable enough to start thinking about like gateway API and the other features, right? So if this is something for only one person and we can't confirm, maybe we should just ask, hey, can you send me some steps to reproduce that on the later version, and check if this also happens on the later version? Because otherwise it's going to be just like doing blindly stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay, wonderful. So this is, let's keep this as a policy, because there are many such things coming up. So let's do, if many people are reporting that too on the newer version v1.0x, and then we'll look at it immediately. Otherwise we'll do the we'll follow.
Let's not close, because sometimes maybe people they don't see that issue and they open a new one because that one got frozen. So let's not close. Let's keep that open and maybe cycle back like on the future as soon as we have like some more time to take a look into that.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, we'll do that.
Okay. All right.
So okay, so James, you have added the reload issues and looking into the JS. I can't remember about those issues, but what are that?
Let's go back to the
7564.
I think Noah added these, but we can go ahead and pull them up and see what he's talking about.
Okay, this 7464 is.
I think these are all the ones that have been kind of related to all of the reload stuff we've been saying. We think is going to be fixed with all the changes we've been working through. And they're older version.
Yeah.
Let me go down to the bottom. Oh, this is the slow changes for everything.
Yeah. Okay, so okay. So first of all, I think that Long already added that one is duplicate of the other. So I think that, and as the reporter already opened already commented on the other issue, maybe we should just close that one and just keep taking a look into the 7268. If sounds good to you, I can be the bad person if you prefer, and close the new one and say, hey, I would close this one and say, hey, okay, so we are aware about that, so let's keep the discussion on the other one, right? And we can raise the priority of the other one.
So you want to go ahead and close 7564 and just track all of the updates in 7268?
Yeah, I think the other one is, I think that's the other one. It's more complete, and it would be helpful for us as well, just keeping the things in just one issue, right? The same thing happened with the OpenSSL bug. Like we have 3 or 4 issues pointing to the same thing, and it's pretty hard to keep tracking of what people is being testing and doing. So I would close it. If you want, I can close that. Otherwise,
Okay, if you want to be the bad guy,
I can be the
good.
bad guy.
I'll try to be the good cop.
Okay, we can play good cop and bad cop.
But it's good to know that even on 49, it's still an issue. So that was going to be the other thing I was just looking at. Okay, let me. I don't think we have a priority or anything on this, do we? Let me go ahead and throw a triage accepted on this one as well, since we're gonna combine them and work through it.
Sorry, I can't type and listen to you at the same time. So.
Oh no, you already did exactly what I was saying. Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
So we have 10 more minutes. Do you want to take a look into the issues that Aditya sent to us on Zoom chat? I think it would be good, and maybe
these ones.
We have 2 of them. That's 7616 and 6340.
We had just talked about them, I thought.
Did we?
This is the SSL redirect one. They're not on the Google Doc. If you want, I can add them there.
Yeah, they are on the Zoom chat.
Yeah, I've got them pulled up here now.
Oh, they're not in the Google Doc is what I was saying, I think.
Let me add that there.
Oh, am I only sharing? Sorry, guys. Chrome is my default browser. So I only have access to the SIG-Network stuff in Firefox. So when I pulled them up, I was like, I'm looking at them, but I'm not sharing Chrome. Sorry.
It happens.
Like, I'm not crazy. Okay, there we go. All right.
Let's see. Redirect chain is in wrong order, leading to security issue. Can you scroll down?
Yes,
More
he's got
and
a
more
little,
and more and more and more.
he's got an example down here where he's saying there's an issue.
Okay.
Redirect works, but it's the order that's incorrect.
Actually, Ricardo, you have to make a very important comment on this. The guy is actually using explicit redirect with the URL. Okay, he's specifying a URL. So he's sending a request to domain A and is very clearly using the redirect annotation, that is, and specifying the domain as B. But then he goes ahead and claims that when he sends a request to domain A, it should not straight off redirect to domain B. It should first upgrade to HTTPS on domain A, and then as a second step, if it is valid, then it should redirect to the URL that he has specified in the annotation.
Okay. Okay, I got it. And to be honest, I remember that we have an issue on that on past, because the order was already like sending to HTTPS and then sending to the redirect, and we have changed that. I guess it was like 2019 maybe, and we have changed that because it was breaking other stuff. So yeah, I can assign that to me, James. I would take a look and justify, because I guess I can even find the PR that changed that behavior.
Yeah, can you give the details to Aditya, because I think there is one more issue that is similar.
This one.
Yeah, this one. So
okay, this one.
Okay, I think this is the same one. There's one more.
It is 6340.
I told you James should be sleeping.
Hey, I woke up early this morning and worked out with Pop. I did not. Anyway, much older version. Let's see if this is related.
Yeah, I can still reproduce this. The only difference is the extra annotation for SSL redirect that isn't in the previous issue.
Okay. Yeah, we should probably discuss about. I would try to search the history of this, why we have changed it. I remember changing this. I just can't remember why, but I remember that we have changed this in past because of some issue with something else like Cloudflare or Site Manager or something like that. And I will take a look into that. And if you folks find, I guess one thing that we could that could be helpful for you while debugging that is maybe doing in the template a git blame, because probably we have on the NGINX template the commit that changes that thing, right? So we can at least have some. I don't know if you try to do that, but probably we have why that has changed.
Okay, I'll do that.
We probably was. I remember changing that, so I don't know if it was me or not. But we can take a look into that template and see, hey, this was changed in this PR, and then we at least we will have more context to see if they are right or if we are right, or if we may have some mid solution like adding a new annotation saying what is the priority. Say, hey, do you wanna redirect first, or do you want HTTPS first? This can be like a feature as well, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. All right, so we are almost on the top of the hour. Folks, anything else someone wanna say?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been mostly helping along with the issues, but I can do dev work as well. So if there's something that needs attention or need hands-on for, please let me know and I can start to pitch in.
Sure.
Awesome, appreciate it.
Yeah, please. We need more folks touching the code. Yeah.
So Ricardo, is it possible for a code walk?
Sorry, Long. I couldn't listen to you.
Aditya and I think even Neha was asking for a code walkthrough.
Walkthrough on the code. Okay. We can. Yeah. We can do that. Sure. I'm just like a bit in a rush those days, and I will be off this weekend. But if that's okay to you, we can make on maybe on a weekend. Otherwise, I can try before start working, like 8 a.m. here, which probably is afternoon in India time zone. We can do a code walkthrough. I just need to schedule on my agenda.
Though there is no hurry. No, there is no hurry. Aditya is in the US, Neha is in India. The thing is, if you plan it whenever comfortable, so that is fine. The thing was till now we didn't even ask you, but now we are asking a code review whenever you plan.
And we should record it so that we can reference it for future folks.
Definitely yes. Definitely yes.
Sure.
So I just yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say I can open. I have a new feature on this Outlook VMware agenda that works like Calendly or something like that. I can try to open like a slot and say, hey folks, vote whenever it's better for you, and we can try to make this code walkthrough on a time that works for everybody. Just remember me that I will also try that thing. Just remember about that, and maybe later, and I can open that. I will forgot for sure right now, but I will let's do this. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Anything else, folks? So for those that are on KubeCon, enjoy KubeCon. For those that are not in KubeCon, we have virtual KubeCon. So take a look. We have keynotes. You can get the keynotes. You can go through the booths and see the solutions. I will send the link to you. We get Huawei ongoing on CNCF Slack. So if you want to meet other contributors, other members, other users, just drop that. I'm going to send everything on Slack as well. And enjoy the rest of the week, folks. And take care, you all. James is going to be on duty to get some stickers and some t-shirts for us on the physical booths and send to all of us during the next week, okay?
Let me know.
Just kidding.
All right. Bye, everyone.
See ya, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.